horses and folklore have a very long-standing relationship, and in fact, horses are particularly tied to the supernatural. It was long believed that were a horse to shy on a certain spot out on a ride, the horse was aware of a past trauma that had occurred in that location that the rider was not aware of. And in more recent times, a belief is also that a horse might be aware of a long forgotten corpse road and is aware of spirits within that place. In fact, it was also believed for a long time that white horses or grey horses could see spirits and that black horses could carry spirits. Were a horse to refuse to walk through a gate, it was said that the spot was haunted and you should take off your hat and speak aloud to the spirit, and the horse would then be willing to pass through the gate. A very old belief also found that a riderless horse would be taken and released, and the place where it stopped would mark a place of burial. In fact, warming to the theme, funerals, when horses played a very significant role in funeral processions, were a horse in that procession to stumble, it was a bad portent, a sign that a death was forthcoming. It was also believed that you should not feed a strange horse and that any bad luck you had would be passed on to the owner of that horse. And in fact, at midsummer, some people were known to hold back some bread and some salt from the table for the horse as a thank you for their troubles and for their work throughout the year. Were you to go to the stables and find your horse exhausted, it was said that the horse had been hag-ridden, and a witch was thought to have ridden your horse to the point of exhaustion the night before. Also, were you to find the mane matted and knotted, these were known to be witches' stirrups, whereby the witch was said to have created these knots as a way of gripping and holding on. In some counties, these were also known to be the work of fairies who were thought to have been up to mischief. So horses have a fascinating history within folklore. These are just a handful of some of the interesting old beliefs.